Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. This is Gina. So this story kind of flew under the radar last week with everything going on, but this is just horrific. The Texas Tribune and ProPublica have done a piece, they're co-reporting on this. There's allegations of systemic sexual assault and harassment of immigrants in an El Paso detention center. So the allegations went public after a Texas advocacy group filed a complaint and requested that the local DA and federal prosecutors investigate this issue. And it stems from immigrants claiming that guards assaulted them in areas where there were blind spots with the cameras that are in these facilities. And the guards allegedly would tell these women that no one would believe them because there was no evidence, right? There's no video evidence. And due to the fact that some of the harassment was done by high-ranking officers, including one lieutenant. So the complaint details assaults on 3 different women in an ICE facility, including allegations that multiple guards forcibly kissed and touched these women in their intimate areas of at least one woman. And the woman is scheduled to be deported this week. So this was reported last week. So she's scheduled to be deported this week, which means that one of the witnesses wouldn't be available to testify. So is that done, just by coincidence, or is this done purposely? That they assault them and, and they know they're going to be deported and then ship them out of the country so they don't get in trouble for it. But this isn't the first time this has happened. After the complaint was filed last week, more women have spoken out about additional allegations of abuse. So one woman who's still in the El Paso facility claims that she's been assaulted. Another woman who's no longer in the detention facility has also claimed that she was assaulted. And additional detainees have told attorneys that there was a woman who was in the facility and she was deported after being assaulted by a guard. So the complaints have been forwarded to the Inspector General at the Department of Homeland Security, but, is anything going to come of this? We know that Trump and his administration has done everything in their power to discourage immigration. Why would they care? Why would they care? And, there's the Department of Homeland Security official, I forget his name, but he's been all over the news lately speaking out, or he was a former Department of Homeland Security employee who claims that Trump doesn't care. He doesn't read his briefings. He doesn't want to see anything in writing. He only likes to look at pictures. And that anytime you try to talk to him about something serious, he just goes off on these nonsensical tangents. He has no interest in running this country. So why would they care? And to be fair, this assault and abuse didn't begin with Trump. According to an advocacy group named Freedom for Immigrants, they report that 14,700 sexual assault and physical abuse complaints, so almost 15,000 sexual assault and physical abuse complaints were lodged against ICE, but hardly any were actually investigated. And these go back into the Obama administration. So he didn't do anything, but I have even less faith that Trump's going to do anything with his administration. And I just have to question, why do we have men guarding women? Why do we have men guarding women and children? There have been all kinds of cases or allegations about sexual abuse of children in these facilities. What are we doing? Seriously, as they say when it comes to the church, priests don't become pedophiles. Pedophiles become priests because they know that it's going to get them access. And they're in a position of power, and they're in a position of authority, and it makes it easier for them to assault these women and children and even boys in many cases. So there was even a story about a woman. She's now filed a lawsuit because she claimed she and others were raped. They actually claimed that in the middle of the night, men came in masks, they had on hoods, and they were raped. And one of the women became pregnant. And of course, it's all being denied. Then she was deported after that. And she found out later that she was pregnant, and the timing lines up with when she was raped and when she was in this facility. So how can you say it didn't happen if she was locked in a facility with ICE agents? I didn't really have a strong opinion on abolishing ICE before, but I 100% believe it needs to go. It needs to go, or it needs to be radically revamped, because this for-profit system that we have set up, it serves no one other than the wealthy people who have built these facilities. So it benefits them, and women and children are being sexually and physically and emotionally, psychologically abused in these facilities. I mean, if you want to hold immigrants who allegedly came here illegally, which is a matter of opinion because it's not illegal if you come here seeking asylum, but if you want to hold them in a facility until you get things fixed and worked out and figure out what's going on, make sure that they're not terrorists, fine. But there's no reason to separate them from their children and cause that harm. And B, why do you have men guarding women with clearly no oversight? It's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. And I'm not saying that women can't be abusers as well, but it's statistically unlikely. So spread the word, guys, because they've been able to keep so much of this under wraps. And again, this goes all the way back to the Obama administration. This should not be going on still. Why? Why? All right. As always, like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.